Abby Steiner is greatness personified. I said what I said. I know there may be some who will say there's this other athlete that's better than her, yada yada yada. Okay, I get that there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of track and field athletes out there who have exemplary skills. Yes, I know that of course. But Abby Steiner? Her name says it all. In fact, she did something really insane at the recently concluded 2023 USATF Bermuda Grand Prix. Some people may not be surprised by this.
Pulling away from the rest of the field, Steiner from Strachan, 22.02 seconds. That was an impressive win by fifth placer in the World Championships last year, Abby Steiner.
As they are almost always sure that Steiner will do something totally insane one way or another, and she did just that. Even at the 2023 Michael Johnson Invitational held at Clyde Hart Track and Field Stadium in Waco, Texas last month, Abby made sure to outrun everybody on the track. Abby won the women's 200 meter, clocking a time of 22.30 seconds with 1.5 meters per second to win Heat 10 and break the stadium record of 22.45 seconds. The record was previously set by Bahamas' Tainia Gaither in 2022. This record win was Abby's second 200-meter outing this outdoor season, following her winning performance at the Miramar Invitational earlier that month. However, after a record-breaking 200-meter win on April 21st, Jamaican sprinter Ashanti Moore defeated Abby Steiner in the women's 100-meter the next day, clocking it at 11.12 seconds in a slight headwind of minus 0.4 meters per second. Abby therefore had to settle for second place after struggling to recover from a sluggish start. The defeat marked Steiner's first loss of the season after winning 5 consecutive races leading up to the event. That said, we can consider this loss, in a sense, since she still won second place, as a small hiccup in what is otherwise a great year for Abby that we all have been looking forward to. So far this year, Steiner appears to be shining brighter. In fact, Steiner set a new American record at the 2023 Millrose Games when she broke the indoor American record in the 300-meter sprint in a new national record of 35.54 seconds, putting her third on the world all-time list behind Irina Privalova and Shawnee Miller-Ubio. See, I told you. You should have known about how crazy amazing Abby Steiner is. In an Instagram post, Abby shared 300-meter American record to wrap up my indoor season at Millrose Games. She then shared how she's preparing for the next competitions, back to work to get ready for outdoors, excited for what's ahead, and to run some shorter distances soon. In light of this, Steiner opened up her outdoor season in early April at the 2023 Texas Relays. There, Abby Steiner shone the brightest when a star-studded lineup of some of the fastest American women was on display, treating fans to some early season head-to-head matchups. Mike A. Myers Stadium in Austin played host to 5 loaded Team USA squads competing in the women's 4x100 meter relay, where, to no surprise, the USA Gold Quartet, which included Abby Steiner, Aaliyah Hobbs, Melissa Jefferson, and Jenna Predini, emerged victorious in a record-breaking time of 41.75 seconds. According to reports, Abby put in a dazzling performance on the second leg of the relay for USA Gold, running a blistering time of 9.94 seconds. Well, what else should we expect from the Abby Steiner, right? At the said event, Abby competed against Sha'Carri Richardson, who is also a well-known fast-rising star on the track. As Richardson is also on the quest to make a mark, sports fans go wild whenever she and Abby compete against each other, as a thrilling showdown can be expected. Unfortunately for Richardson, she was outclassed by Abby Steiner at the event. A couple of days after that, Abby Steiner won the women's 200 meter at the 2023 Miramar Invitational, where she went against Tamari Davis, Kyla White, Antoinique Strachan, Kyra Jefferson, Sada Williams, and Kiara Parker. Abby being Abby, she emerged victorious, clocking in at 22.23 seconds. I mean, wow. Basically, it was a victorious day for the USA, as American athletes Christian Coleman and Abby Steiner produced the fastest 200 meter this year in the world. Coleman edged the world U20 record holder Letsile Tebogo by 0.003 seconds to win the men's 200 meter in 20 seconds flat, with 1.9 meters per second win. Meanwhile, Olympic and world silver medalist Kenny Bednarek took third in 20.37. And of course, Abby Steiner, who prevailed in her first 200 meter this year, clocking a world-leading 22.23 seconds with 1.8 meters seconds win. Take note, world leading is the operative term used to refer to Abby's record. It would have been better if Abby was able to continue her winning streak, but we all know that losing is part of the process too. Sadly, Abby delivered a disappointing last place finish in the 100-meter race at the Doha Diamond League meeting earlier this month. But as I said, a loss is part of the game, or sport technically speaking. I know Abby's loss made a lot of people disappointed, especially since people have really high expectations for her. But think about it, if you were discouraged, how would you think Abby felt? Well, it appears that she used that as a motivation to do better on her next race, which she did. Yes, she finally did. Abby Steiner made a triumphant return to the track a few days ago, bouncing back from a disappointing performance earlier this month. The American sprinter clocked a wind-aided time of 22.06 seconds with a wind-aided time of plus 3.1 meters per second to secure victory in the women's 200-meter dash at the USATF Bermuda Grand Prix, part of the 2023 World Athletics Continental Tour Gold Series. It was as if she is sending us a message to calm down, as she will always try to get back up after all, figuratively speaking. Abby's dominant display saw her bounce back from the last place finish in the 100-meter at the Doha Diamond League meeting earlier this month, as she secured her third consecutive win in the 200-meter event this season. Expressing her excitement, Steiner commented, "It's exciting knowing where I am in training. I feel like I'm starting to get that rhythm back in my legs. This is when it starts to get kind of fun." She emphasized her goal of continuing to work hard and prepare for the upcoming USA trials. What's fun is that Abby, reigning USATF 200-meter champion, won her third straight race of the season at that distance with a 22.06 with a plus 3.1 wind that put her more than a quarter second up on the second place finisher. Yeah, she isn't about to get deterred by anything. In an Instagram post following the event, Abby shared, "Moving in the right direction. Thank you, Bermuda, for an amazing meet." With a season best time of 22.23 seconds, Abby notably currently holds the fourth fastest time among American female sprinters with a legal wind reading this season. What's more, Team USATF took home 8 wins at the Bermuda Grand Prix. Yeah, 8. Athletes in the men's 100-meter didn't disappoint, rocketing out of the blocks with a big 4.4 meters per second wind pushing the field. 2019 world champion Christian Coleman eased up near the line to win in 9.78 seconds with wind conditions, but almost caught the 200-meter American record holder and world champion Noah Lyles, who came on like a freight train to take second in 9.80 seconds. It was Lyles' fastest time ever in any conditions. Meanwhile, in the women's 100-meter, Tamari Davis put a powerful start, which earned her the lead in the women's 100-meter. She extended that lead through the final 50 meters to win in 10.91 seconds over Jamaica's Shashali Forbes, who set a lifetime best of 10.98. On her final attempt in the women's long jump, Tara Davis Woodall soared 7.11 meters, passing reigning USATF champion Quenisha Burks and coming away victorious with the longest jump in the world this year in any conditions. Burks held the lead through 5 rounds with a 7.04 meters on her third attempt, but fouled on her final try. Davis Woodall had 2 other wind-aided 7.03 meter jumps in her series. In the men's 110-meter hurdles, Jamal Britt pushed precariously close to the barriers by a plus 0.40 meters per second, becoming the 24th man in history to break 13 seconds with a 12.99 that led a sweep in the podium by U.S. athletes. Eric Edwards was second with 13.07, with USATF indoor 60-meter hurdles champion Freddie Crittenden third with 13.13. Will Clay had 3 jumps good enough to win the men's triple jump, topped by a 17.45 in round 2, while USATF champion Donald Scott and Jamaican Jordan Scott both turned in bests of 17.06 meters, but the American had the better secondary mark to secure second. 2-time Olympic champion Christian Taylor continued his comeback from an Achilles injury and placed 4th at 16.82 meters. In the women's 800-meter, Olivia Baker moved up from 7th at the bell to push herself in position down the final backstretch, pushing through onto the shoulder of Susanna Neno of Uganda into the last run and coming off that bend with a strong kick to take the lead, and kept that lead through the finish to win in 2 minutes 3 seconds .15. 0.02 ahead of a diving Neno. Emily Brooks Richards finished well to place 3rd in 2 minutes 3 seconds .65. Suffice it to say that it was a great day for the US athletes, and since we're talking about award-winning American athletes, make sure to watch this.